What's up guys, Max Tech Toy Box here, and today we're doing a video review of the Wyze Band. So I've already done the unboxing. I will leave the link down below to the Wyze Band unboxing video. So this is just down to the bare bones, the review, is it worth your money? Starting things off, the most important factor as always is the cost. The Wyze Band is $24.99, okay? It's fairly inexpensive for a fitness tracker. You'd be hard pressed to find one that is cheaper. There are a couple of other ones that are within that pricing category, and a little bit later on in the video, I'll go ahead and go into more details about things that are comparable to it. Next thing up is how does it look? It's fairly bland, right? It sort of fits in with your everyday fitness tracker. Nothing that really stands out, not much, actually very little Wyze branding at all, only on the back, which no one would be able to see if you were wearing it. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill fitness tracker in terms of just how it looks, okay? Fairly comfortable to wear for the most part, no real issues there. You just have one button on the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the UI looks like now. So looking here at the sort of build quality of the Wyze Band, you guys can see here, it's okay. On the back, you have your heart rate monitor there and a little bit minimal Wyze branding, and then the proprietary docking for the charger itself. This does auto lock, and you can see here to unlock, you have to swipe up. So you do that, then you swipe up and down. Basically, you can go to notifications, Alexa alerts, settings. Let's see if you go into settings, band info, brightness, do not disturb. I pretty much keep this on do not disturb all the time. To go back, you just tap. This is sort of like a little, it's not really a button, but it's sort of like a virtual button that you can press. Swipe up, find phone, that will ring the phone, obviously. Heart rate, you do that so that it'll pick up your heart rate. This is supposed to show weather report. This is a little finicky from time to time, and I don't know why. See, so it picks up the location, but it doesn't give like the degrees and everything all the time. No idea why not. We'll go back, swipe up, and then you can set alarms. Run. Let me just show you guys if you were to run. This is what it does here. Counts down, give you the distance, the time. You can swipe over, tell you your heart rate, how many calories you burned. To stop, you just tap that and then hit finish. Of course, if you want to log it, you can't delete it. And then tap that to go back. Swipe up again. Shortcuts. One of the shortcuts. It says disconnected to phone, but it's actually connected to the phone, so I don't know why it's showing that. Weird. Activity here, it'll tell you how many steps you had, your average heart rate, how much sleep. You can tap in that. Again, it'll just sort of give you a breakdown of that same information, what your heart rate has been on average, what it is currently, and then the sleep tracking information. And then again, to go back, you just tap that, swipe up, and again, the time. Then just to show you guys what the actual application looks like. So it is the same application that you use for Wyze. So we'll go ahead and bring that up. And then you see here, you just click Wyze Band. It sort of syncs. You can see up there it says connecting, and it's syncing up all the information with the band. It's sort of set up so that it's very similar to the way that the actual band is. So you can swipe down sort of to go to different things. I think because it's syncing data right now, it won't allow me to do this. Yeah, I think it's because it's syncing the data, because it usually lets me do it. So let's give it a second here. I'm not a huge fan of the fact, I understand it is a Wyze app. Yeah, so now it lets me do it. So obviously it's going to be within the Wyze application, but it doesn't, it's just weird to open this up for health stats to go to the Wyze application. So apart from that, what all does this fitness tracker offer? So you do get continuous heart rate monitor, 24-hour heart rate monitoring. Now, I was not able to find anywhere stating that this actually monitors your heart rate for 24 hours every hour or every minute on the minute of every hour. Didn't find anything like that. I couldn't find out how often it takes the intervals. That information, I'm not sure why it just doesn't have that sort of privy to people to see, or at least I just wasn't able to find that. But you do get continuous heart rate monitoring throughout the day, and it'll tell you what your average heart rate was. Also, you do get you do get sleep tracking with this as well built in. You don't have to start or stop anything. You just wear it while you go to sleep, and because it's monitoring your heart rate, it knows when you go to sleep and it knows when you wake up. You do get a step tracker on this as well. Fairly adequate. I mean, not the most accurate step counter that I've seen, especially when I was comparing this to my Apple Watch, but it's decent. You do have the ability to track an exercise. You can track running. We'll get to that in a second. Probably the biggest aspect of this is the battery life. You get 10 days of battery. I've had this for about a week, actually just about a week, and I haven't had to charge it at all. I charged it the very first time I got it. No low battery indicator, nothing like that. It just works right out of the box. On top of that, the biggest pro, in my opinion, is this has a just wear it factor. It's sort of hard to explain. I'm going to try and explain now. Just wear it means you just put it on your wrist and you wear it, right? It's going to track your heart rate. It's going to track your steps. It's going to track your sleep. It's going to, you can wear it and track your runs if you want to. And all of that information is available to you within the Wyze app. There's not much fidgeting that you actually need to do on the device itself, which is good. It does have Alexa built in. I know that that's supposed to be some sort of highlight feature. It's really not that great. You really wouldn't even know that it's Alexa because there's no speakerphone on it. You speak into the microphone, you ask it a question and something comes back. I guess it's just using Amazon's Alexa algorithms on the back end so that it's able to pick up your voice and answer the questions. But it's basically, you could say, a smart assistant on your wrist. You can ask it questions like, you can say Google searches, informational questions, factual questions, and that stuff will come back. And I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like now. I'm going to show you guys a demonstration of using Alexa. So if you wanted to use Alexa, you hold down this button. Who is the President of the United States of America? Okay, so like I said, there's no speaker here. We'll try another one. How tall is Dwayne Wade? Let's see something. What is 60 times 5? What's the weather forecast for Cleveland, Ohio? So it gives useful information. Again, the downside is just that you have to read it all from the screen itself. So, like I said, I think that it's a pro, you know, because it's built in. It's just not, if you're comparing it to other smart watches and things of that nature, it's not just, it's pretty bare bones. But now we're going to go into the cons. The biggest con for this fitness tracker is sports mode, or fitness tracking in terms of workouts and exercises. You can only track running, okay? And that's okay, right? If you want to say if you can only track running, you can't track any other exercises. At this price at $24.99, that's fine. However, the way that it tracks running, there's no built-in GPS, and it does not use GPS through your phone. So they sort of come up with their own algorithm to determine how far you've traveled. And that was grossly misrepresented in all of the different runs that I have when I compare it to my Garmin Vivoactive 4, Garmin Vivoactive 3 Fossilgen, compared to my Apple Watch. It just was never accurate at all. You're talking about being, when I did like a 5K, you're talking about being under by half a mile. If you're doing shorter distances, like a mile, the over and under was probably about 0.1 of a mile, which isn't bad, but still, if you're going, so for example, if you take this out for a run and you don't have your phone or anything with you, or even if you do have your phone with you and you're using this, you start your run, you're looking down at that distance traveled, you wouldn't know how long you've gone for. If you're running for 3 miles and this is, you've already hit 3 miles, but this is saying that you've only run 2.5, then you're going to be running a lot further. It's just, the data is just not, it's not correct. And I do think that Wyze is probably going to be pushing an update that allows you to use GPS with the phone, but then that makes me feel like this was a rushed product. Why not push this out when at least you have that built in? I mean, unless you're only advertising this as a fitness tracker, and the very bare bones of what that means. In my opinion, a fitness tracker is just something that counts your steps. You get some heart rate monitoring. Sleep tracking is a plus. That's a bonus. I think that just steps, heart rate monitoring, and some notifications, cool. And I didn't even mention that as a pro. You do get notifications on this, but to be honest, I'm muted notifications on this because the motor in this thing is just not very good. I don't like the way that it feels at all when it vibrates on my wrist. So yeah, so to me, that's a pretty big glaring misstep by Wyze. If you're going to have some sort of running habit, at least connected GPS. That just seems to make sense. Overall, I think that the Wyze Band offers a very low entry or low barrier to entry for people that want to have a decent fitness tracker. If you're just worried about your steps, you want to get some heart rate monitoring and sleep tracking, which is fine. However, if you're anyone that wants anything that's a little bit above, you'd be hard pressed to be able to use this device for any other routine, for working out, for running. It just doesn't offer the correct components to give you a thorough fitness tracking experience, in my opinion. Not to mention the fact it's sort of at a weird spot, because if it's advertised as a fitness tracker, then it should do those fitness tracking things good, right? And at least this is just, of course, all of this is my opinion. But if something's going to be a smartwatch, it should do smartwatch things good. If you're going to be a fitness tracker, you need to be able to track fitness well. This doesn't really track fitness well. And then it's sort of this hybrid in the fact that you do get notifications. There are one-way notifications, you can't respond to them. And then you have the ability to talk to Alexa to ask questions. Those are more smartwatch features. I think that people would have rather had something that had better fitness tracking features than had the ability to ask Alexa a question on your wrist, especially because you have to read the text on this tiny screen versus hearing it out loud. Again, this is just my opinion. It is what it is. I think that people would have wanted to have adequate, at least connected GPS on the wrist, so that when you're running, you know how far you're actually going, something that's a little bit more accurate. I just think that this was sort of a misstep, and it's also sort of a weird product to come from Wyze, to be 100% honest with you. Let's take another step back and say, who's going to purchase this device? My mom, dad, sisters, brother-in-law, nobody's really looking at Wyze as a fitness tracking company. We know what they produce. They produce smart cameras. Most of the people that purchase those smart cameras, they're more than likely tech enthusiasts. And if they're not tech enthusiasts, they probably heard about it from a tech enthusiast, right? Everything is spread through word of mouth. If I'm a tech enthusiast, which I am, that's why I produce these videos, I would not want to have lackluster tech on my wrist, okay? Wyze is known for producing really good quality products at low prices, right? Low barrier to entry, which is good. This is not a very good product, in my opinion. It is low cost, obviously, but it just doesn't do those things well. The Wyze cameras are good because they are good HD cameras. They can track motion for the most part. They can send you notifications. You can go to live feeds. They offer a plethora of features at that price set that you just cannot get. The Wyze Band doesn't do that. And so I just don't know. There's not much advertising for this, obviously. I don't know which market they're trying to capture with this, okay? Also, something that I didn't speak in on the con portion of the video is that this does not allow for you to sync to any other third-party fitness tracking applications, such as Google Fit, Apple Health, Garmin Connect. You probably obviously won't be able to do that. MyFitnessPal, things like that. It does not allow you to sync to them. Even though originally when it was advertised, it says that it would, there's no way that I have found for you to do that. And then going on, so I said that I was going to talk to you guys about comparable bands or fitness trackers. The Amazfit Bip is probably the best budget fitness tracker that you can get, and it's just a little bit more expensive than this, you know, and you're getting just more feature set. If you guys are interested in the Amazfit Bip, I do have a video review on that I will drop in the video description down below. So overall, I don't know if I could seriously recommend this for anybody that wants anything outside of your very standard fitness features, such as if you're somebody that just wants to be able to wear a fitness tracker for a week and a half minimum without having to charge it, and all you're concerned about is data like heart rate monitoring from time to time, being able to track your steps, being able to track your sleep, things of that nature, then this is great for you. But if you are a little bit more serious about fitness tracking, or I don't want to say more serious, but if you happen to go for runs or cycling or you do any other form of exercise, I wouldn't recommend you use this because you can't track those exercises. So this is Max Tech Toy Box signing off. Hope you guys enjoy the video review. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. I will be posting a video review of the Wyze scale that also launched alongside this, which in my opinion is, I'll let you guys watch the video to find out my opinion. So it's Max Tech Toy Box signing off. Hope you guys are enjoying the video and the content. You guys stay safe. Until you guys see me again, peace.